a minister, an elementary school teacher, a doctor, a father and daughter, a friend. This is the true story of Holly Dunn, the sole survivor. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Meg.
And this is
The Vibes Were Off.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome
back.
We're back again.
Yeah, we have a sole survivor of a serial killer story coming up for you today. But before we get to that, is everyone following the Lindsay Clancy trial?
I mean, obviously.
We're all in.
Yes.
We're all in.
Yeah.
Do we have opinions? Are we sharing opinions?
Oh, gosh.
Does anybody have anything to say?
Please share your comments with us. I'm trying to reserve until we're through it.
Right. We want to hear all the evidence first.
Yes.
I mean, it's not looking so good.
I have a lot of opinions.
So many opinions. So much forensic evidence. The Apple Watch. Do we know what's going on?
Watch. We don't know.
We don't know.
I have questions.
Yeah.
I have more questions
would
than
like
I have
to see
answers.
the testimony.
Yeah. It's just, it's leaving me with more questions.
Yeah.
So
I think questions that other people should have been asking this whole time.
yes. Agreed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Look at us.
But
Same
yeah,
page.
Let us know your thoughts and feelings.
Okay. And then also before we get into it, this is my plea to everyone listening. If you are listening to this, make sure you're subscribed on whatever platform that you are on. So if you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit that like button. Spotify, follow the show. Apple Podcast, I think it's a follow as well. And rate us. If you like it, give it a 5. If you don't like it, don't rate it. Please.
Move on with your day.
Nothing to see here. Do not rate us.
Yeah,
please.
just go listen to something else.
We're doing really good. We're hoping to hit 100 followers on all of our platforms soon, which is very exciting. I mean, who would have thought, right?
We're
100.
trying.
We're getting there. We need more, though. So tell a friend, tell a family member.
Yeah. And follow us on socials.
Follow us. We have a good time. We're just, out there dancing and having fun and telling stories.
Yeah.
That's all
Which
we
is
can do.
why we wanted to start this in the first place. So
Exactly.
let's get into our story. I'm excited.
All right,
I'm excited to hear what you got for me today.
Okay. All right. So our story begins with Holly Dunn. Holly Dunn put her Birkenstocks on 1 foot at a time, just like the rest of us. I love it.
Great start. Great start. I'm so sorry.
She is not holding her questions and comments until the end.
I loved it. Okay, continue. I'm so sorry.
After all, it was 1997. Doesn't everything just come back around?
Sure does.
And she was attending the University of Kentucky. She had rushed the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority, and life was pretty great. After she and her sisters got dressed, they made their way down the carpeted, curved stairs towards the front door. The girls grabbed their fringed purses and went out the door, eager to get to the TGI Fridays. Her friend Annie was turning 21, and they were excited to celebrate her in style. "Let's go get your first legal drink," Holly laughed as they went into the bar area. "Vodka cranberries all around," Annie told the bartender. "Got some ID?" he asked, and they all handed over their driver's licenses. He studied Holly's before giving it back. "You can't drink in here. Leave now before I call the cops." He pointed to the door, his lips pulled tight. "Well, shit," Holly muttered. "My sister's ID usually works." Who cares?" Annie led them back to the car. "Let's try another place." As they drove through the town, they spotted Buffalo Wild Wings and WEC, or BW3s, as the locals called it. There they would find a disinterested bartender that would accept their IDs. There were only about 5 or 6 other people at the bar, and they were locals. A group of frat guys. They were loud and boisterous, but they were easy to talk to. While she was chatting with one of the guys, he noticed her silver nail polish. "My toes are silver too," she heard a deep voice from behind her. When she turned to look, the man behind her caught her by surprise. He was tall, like 6'5" and gorgeous. Not just attractive, but beautiful. His eyes were light, and the smile that split his face was captivating. "Hi, I'm Chris." He extended his large hand towards her. "Holly," she smiled back at him. "So did you paint your toes or did you get a pedicure?" "Kinda both. My roommates and I had a spa night." he told her as he sat down next to her. We're kind of like Three's Company. We even have the theme song on our voicemail. That's amazing, Holly replied, and they continued to get to know each other. Before she knew it, the bar was closing for the night and they had to leave, but she had to see him again. There was just something about him, so she invited him to Annie's birthday party at their house the next night. I'll be there, he smiled at her, and she was smitten. Holly and her friends piled back into their car and headed back home. Okay, but that tall guy was hot, Annie exclaimed. Is he coming to my party tomorrow? Yeah, he's coming, Holly smiled, looking like she had a little competition. This is the survival story of Holly Dunn, and to tell you her story, we have to start at the beginning.
Okay.
Questions yet?
Well, yeah, obviously, because you set it up with them meeting these, so, like, that has to be involved in some way. So I'm like, Chris, what did you do?
We love Chris.
Oh, we like Chris.
Chris is the best.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I love that he paints his toenails for
He
some
does,
reason.
yeah. He's just cool like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't hate Chris. Good. Yeah,
Annie
I mean,
needs to back up a little bit. Okay. Holly was talking to him at the bar.
I have a feeling that it's going to go south for everyone but Holly. So, you know what? Like,
It's not good for anyone.
it's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens? Does this happen at the birthday party?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get into it. Holly Dunn was born January 16th, 1976 in Evansville, Indiana. When she was a little girl, she wanted to be president of the United States. And then she got a little bit older, and she wanted to follow in her father's footsteps into the family hotel business instead. This is what would take her to the University of Kentucky in 1995. She would meet Chris in 1997 at B-Dubs, aka Buffalo Wild Wings and WEC, not to be confused with the more modern B-Dubs, and they fell for each other pretty quickly. While Holly was in the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority, Chris was in the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. They hung out as much as they could, enjoying cute little dates, like the time Chris took Holly out for a picnic and then pulled out painting supplies and they painted together.
Adorable.
So sweet.
I love that.
Although Holly was a little reluctant, she was not an artist, but Chris took her out of her comfort zone and they created art together.
Yeah. You don't have to
So
be
sweet.
good.
Just try.
Yeah, be creative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the night of August 28th, 1997 would change everything, though. School had just started the day before, and Chris's fraternity was throwing a party to celebrate. Holly met him there, but after a few hours of hanging out, she was wanting a little more private time with Chris. He felt the same way, and they discussed finding something quieter. They decided on the nearby railroad tracks.
Oh.
They wanted to place pennies on the tracks to collect later, but on the way out, a few of Chris's frat brothers volunteered to join them, much to their dismay.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, we're trying to go
Yeah, you say, no, thank you.
hang out. Like, leave us alone.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not invited.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Why would you just not say no? But
Right.
anyways.
Trying to be nice. So this was usually a busy railroad line, but after they had been chatting for a while, no trains had come by. The frat brothers, thankfully, decided to leave. They were like, this is boring. We're getting out of here. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. But maybe they'd picked up on the feeling that Chris and Holly wanted to be alone. Like,
yeah.
You're not wanted here. Thank you so much.
Like, that was just our excuse to get out, to be by ourselves.
And they were like,
thank you.
"Ugh." Yeah. But not long after the brothers had left, a man jumped out from behind an electrical box. Now, this is a big electrical box.
Yeah. I'm yeah.
Like 4 feet by 4 feet. Something big, right?
But like, what, you're just like hiding behind it?
He was.
That's so
He
weird.
was. Yep. First thing he said was, "Where did your friends go?" Yeah.
Okay.
And Holly would recount his vacant black eyes staring at them.
I would have thought maybe he was like a crazy homeless guy or something.
That's what they thought at first. Yep.
Because like, what are you doing behind there?
Where you just jump out and you're like, boo.
For what
Go
reason?
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he demanded their money. At first it appeared it was a simple mugging. So Holly described the man as shorter, with black eyes and black hair. He was wearing thick black rimmed glasses, And he spoke English well, but he had a strong accent. So she thought, homeless man, just needs some money. She was slightly behind Chris, so Chris spoke first. He told the man they didn't have any money, and Holly added that they were broke college students. So what did he expect? Like, you picked the wrong people.
Yeah.
Like she was very confident. Like,
yeah.
This is a smaller man.
He's just going to...
That's what we'll learn.
Go away.
He's like 5'6", and her boyfriend's 6'5". She's 5'8".
Yeah.
She was like, what do you... Like, go away.
Not perceiving much of a threat.
Right. But
yeah. Dot.
The man roughly grabbed Chris and forced him to his knees. So Holly was like, what is happening?
So he's wily. Like, he's small, but he's scrappy.
But she was like, we're way bigger than him. So she didn't understand why Chris was complying. But he knew something she didn't. The man had an ice pick looking weapon in his hand. So Holly followed suit and knelt by Chris.
No.
As the man roughly tied Chris's hands behind his back with his backpack.
No.
The same backpack they had packed earlier that night with their favorite 6-pack of craft beer.
Okay, listen.
So
running is always an option.
Yeah, but Chris was like, she didn't... Well, I guess both of them could have run.
Yeah, it's not like he has a gun.
Right, he has an ice pick. But they're also like young teenagers.
I get it.
And they're like, this is crazy.
Okay.
So
keep going.
Chris is now on his knees and the man is going through his backpack. Mm-hmm. And Holly is just chilling next to him. So Chris offered up the keys to his Jeep and Holly offered her ATM card so he would leave them alone. But that wasn't what the man seemed to want. He reached down and took the belt off of Holly's jeans before tying her hands behind her back. It was then she knew he didn't just want money from them. She couldn't figure out what else he wanted, but she knew they were in big trouble.
Yeah.
So Chris was yelling at the man not to hurt her, but he yelled back to stop looking at them. Or stop looking at him. That's what he said a lot. Just stop looking at me. And I'm like...
Again, I mean, I guess it's just like, maybe they froze in this moment.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how are you... Like, just run away from this creep.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
So he then took Chris's arm and began dragging him over to... It was like a wooded area. But he was dragging him over gravel, broken glass, and railroad tracks. So Chris was yelling out in pain, and Holly didn't want to be treated the same way, so she just followed the pair to the thick foliage and wooden fence bordering the private property just beyond the tracks. The attacker told them that he had a gun and a friend, so they better not give him any trouble.
Okay.
He then ran back over to the electrical box, searching for something. He came back with a nylon cord and tied Chris's ankles together and then gagged both of them. But Holly, thinking quickly, stuck her tongue out so the gag wouldn't be as tight on her face. So the man ran back to the electrical box, and Holly took this time to try and get the restraints off. But Chris's hands were tied too tightly with the backpack. She was able to loosen both gags and free her hands, and Chris told her to run.
Yeah.
He was like, time for you to go. Time. Right. Like, you can't be here anymore. This is getting crazy. But she wasn't going to leave Chris there alone. So the man returned, even angrier, and yelled at them to stop trying to escape and stop looking at him. But Holly wanted the man to know she was looking. She said she looked at him like, if I make it out of here, I'm going to remember everything about you and I'm going to get you.
I mean, okay, but also...
Get it, girl.
Yeah, but you're not in a great situation.
No.
So maybe don't agitate the crazy person.
Yeah. Well, they say later they think he was on some sort of like drug that made him.
Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And especially like being able to drag like a very tall, big guy like that.
Mm-hmm. So he also told them he had just gotten out of jail and that they were going to see him on the news. Just like,
I believe you, I guess. Like,
sure. So he ran back to the electrical box again. And again, Holly tried to remove the bindings. That is when she saw the man coming back towards them, but this time slower. So they were like, what is happening? Because he's just been running.
Yeah.
He's just been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But this time he's coming much slower.
Okay.
So when he got closer, she could see what was slowing him down. He carried with him a 52-pound rock or boulder, I guess. Chris looked at her and said, "Stay calm. Everything is going to be okay." So Chris was face down and he was unaware of what would come next. But Holly watched in horror as this monster raised the stone as high as he could and dropped it on Chris's head. In Holly's mind, she watched as the man dropped the stone over and over on Chris. But later, she would come to know that there was only one blow to Chris's head, and it was fatal.
Dang.
Yeah, it's scary. Because you're like watching him lift this stone because he's a little guy. And and then drops it on him. So this man now turned his attention to Holly. He began untying the knot at her ankles, and Holly knew what was coming next. His black eyes held no semblance of human left in them. He began grinding into her, and she knew that he intended to rape her. She fought back hard, though, kicking and screaming at him, and that's when he picked up his weapon and stabbed her in the neck, just below her left ear, and said, "See how easily I could kill you?" It was then that she thought she heard Chris gurgling. So she begged the man to at least go turn his head so he didn't choke on his own blood. Ugh, it's so awful. The man went over to Chris, and when he came back, he said, "He's gone. You don't have to worry about him anymore." And this took all the fight out of Holly. It was later Holly would learn about the death rattle, the final moment of Chris's life, and there was nothing that could have been done to save him. As she was raped, she felt herself leave her body. She floated above it, unable to feel pain. But then she felt like she needed to leave a piece of herself there. If she was going to be taken to another location, she wanted people to know she had been there. So she began ripping her hands into the dirt, leaving nails and DNA behind.
I mean, also, though, like, Chris is there.
Yeah.
But I get it, like,
She's
in her
just
mind.
Like, let me leave some piece of me here.
But also, don't go with him to another location.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not going to be good. But also, well, I'll get into it later.
Okay.
So, she then felt compelled to begin to try and talk to the man. She told him her name was Megan and told him about her family. He said his name was James Wilford and that he wouldn't kill her. He then pointed to the electrical box and told her that his friend was over there watching. He was mute, but he was watching. He's like, "Yeah, that's my mute friend over there with a gun."
No, I don't believe you.
And yeah,
that you haven't seen this whole time, and
right.
He's got a gun that I haven't used for some. No,
yeah,
girl. No.
But after he was done assaulting her, she asked if he could pull her pants up, and he did. He was very nice, I guess, at the end. She said she didn't remember him picking up a board or him dealing blows to her head. Luckily, she blacked out for most of the attack, like when her eye socket was crushed and her jaw was broken, or the many lacerations that covered her head. She just lied next to Chris, blood forming around both of their heads. So they think, because they got covered up with leaves after, so the murderer thought he had killed them both.
Yeah, obviously.
And then covered them up.
Yeah. Ugh. So they should have lied and been like, "Oh, our friends are going to be right back."
Yeah. But, I mean, hindsight is so easy. Yep.
Now you wish
but that's what, he was waiting on because he couldn't take 4 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't have been able to take 2 of them.
Right.
Especially a big dude. And Holly's 5'8". She's not little.
Yeah.
But when you have a weapon, you just want to comply because we don't think people are going to murder us.
Right. You're thinking he's robbing us.
Right.
Yeah, but as soon as somebody tries to start tying you up, nah.
Now we know if someone's tying you up, it's not to rob you.
It's a
red flag.
Red flag. Okay.
So Holly doesn't remember anything that happened next, but she somehow made it to a house that was about 150 feet from the railroad tracks. She had seen a TV glowing from the window. It was the only light on that street. And she entered the home of Chad Goetz and began screaming that she needed help. After a little bit of a momentary daze, he jumped up and led her to the couch. A couch she didn't want to sit on because she was worried she would ruin it with all the blood coming out of her head.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like, Just sit. Please wait right here.
Just sit down.
Yeah. But Chad called 911 and he even cussed out the dispatcher, telling them, we don't have time for this and to hurry the fuck up.
Okay.
They were asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And he's like, just get here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean,
you don't need all of these answers.
Listen, they send the ambulance pretty quickly,
yes.
but like they stay on the line with you to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
But they should explain that.
Yeah.
So people aren't panicked.
Right. So
you
like,
know,
get here, please.
Like after you get the address, you say, okay, we have somebody on the way, but I need you to answer as many questions so that when they get there, they have as much information as they can.
Yeah.
Like, why are we not helping people who are panicked?
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
This was also like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So they're like, hurry up.
Yeah.
So shortly after, 3 paramedics invaded Chad's house. It was Chad. Chad's house. And got her stable and into the back of the ambulance. She didn't see the dozen or so cops searching the railroad tracks for Chris. She just asked them over and over to help him.
Okay.
Like, my friend's out there. Please go help my friend. Please go help my friend. Then, because she's hilarious, even in moments of terrible time, she wanted to ease the tension in the ambulance because she was like, y'all seem real sketched out right now. So she asked the paramedics to stop at McDonald's to get her a cheeseburger.
Holly.
She's like, I'm kind of hungry.
Baby.
Can we get a cheeseburger?
Baby boo, you about to die.
She's like, it seems like really tense in here. Let me try and make everyone laugh.
Aww.
And it did, though. It did. So she was still
good.
trying to make people feel better when she was dying.
Yeah.
But then she arrived at the University of Kentucky Medical Center, where she was put through a battery of tests and an incredibly invasive rape kit. She told the nurses not to bother her family, that it was too late to call them.
No, we're going to call your family.
That's what they said. They said, no, sweetheart. She's like, come on, just wait till they wake up.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
She's obviously does not know the extent
Right.
of what's been done to her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So shortly after, 2 detectives were brought in to question her. Detective Craig Sorrell, who, upon meeting her, she projectile vomited onto him.
Okay.
But he was very understanding.
Yeah.
It's like, you've been through some stuff. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
Then Detective James Curlis stepped in and asked a few questions before leaving her to rest. Annie, who we just had her 21st birthday, was the first person to arrive at her bedside, and she laughed and cried with her. Her mom and dad took a private plane to be with her, and they were at her side within hours.
That's good.
So her dad was a pilot.
Oh,
yeah.
That works out well.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're like, let me just hop on the jet.
Yeah, we'll be
on
there in a
down.
second. Yeah. At first, when you started the story, I thought like the attack was going to happen like at the sorority house or something. But
No, the train tracks.
okay. But Annie's okay.
Annie's okay. Yeah. Annie was there sitting with her,
Yeah.
waiting for her family to show up.
What a sweetheart.
She's great. So they stayed with her as she went through more tests, and her father was the one to break the news of Chris's death to her. But Holly needed her sister. They were incredibly close, but no one could get a hold of her. She was at college. She went to Vanderbilt in Nashville. So they were like, we got to get her sister here. So the dad took the plane to go get her and her boyfriend from Nashville.
Yeah.
He's like, we're getting in the plane.
I mean, if you have a plane,
Why not?
use the
I
plane.
feel like this is what it's needed for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So strangely, maybe, I don't know the rules on this, the hospital had given strict orders to her family to not talk about the assault or anything that had happened to her.
Okay.
They were worried about upsetting her. But Holly's like, we got to work through this. We can't just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or it didn't exist.
Well, maybe they're like, let's get her through the worst of it, and then we'll deal with that. But like, focus on just healing first.
Yeah. But she was like, no, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, no thanks.
Okay. Okay.
So news about the attack had soon made it to the local newspaper, and the college town was abuzz about what happened. Interestingly, when her family talked about it with other people, they denied some of the events to others, like her being tied up. They were like, no, she wasn't tied up. She would have like bruises on her. She wasn't tied up. And it's not because they hadn't believed her, but because Holly was doing so well. They were like, well, it probably wasn't as bad as everyone's making it out to seem.
But somebody died.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think they were just trying to like.
Why are we trying to downplay
They
this?
were downplaying it a lot.
But that's crazy. There's a murderer on the loose.
Right.
It's like somebody tried to kill your daughter.
Yeah.
They raped and tried to murder your daughter.
They were really downplaying it.
Okay.
Her father actually believed that she had dyed her hair red because he couldn't connect the fact that her normal blonde hair would have been that saturated with blood. He was like, "Oh, you dyed your hair."
So everybody's in denial.
Yeah. She's like, "No, I didn't dye my hair." And he's like, "Yeah, your hair's red now." And her sister was like, "Yeah, that's blood.
That's blood."
She was beaten almost to death.
Right.
So
yeah, because like just because you wash it, like it probably had tinted her hair and it stayed like that for a while.
Yeah, and it wasn't until she washed her hair did he understand the truth about what had happened to her.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh shit, you got attacked."
That's like a crazy level of denial.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Self-preservation, I guess. Yeah. But thankfully, the news media circus didn't last long because that night, the breaking news of Princess Diana's death was all over the news. Her attack was on the back burner.
Wow.
Isn't that a crazy coincidence?
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh my God, this college student was beaten."
But then the next day, it's like, well,
Princess Diana died.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all they have.
I wonder if I'm sure we'll get to it, if like that played out well or not so well, like in catching the guy who did it and all that.
Yeah, not so well.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Not great.
Yeah, because nobody's like looking out
Right.
for this guy now.
It's crazy. So Holly then had to have surgery to wire her jaw shut, and she worked with the detectives to build out a profile of the man or men who did this to her and Chris. She's still thinking it was two men.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
And she described the man who assaulted her, but the detectives were skeptical. They didn't know about any man who had just been released from jail that was a Hispanic male that wore large glasses. They figured she wasn't remembering things right. They actually like really went hard on her.
Or
and she was like, "Hey."
He lied about right.
Yeah. So she thought it was still the two people. She thought the man that had raped her was the other man because he was being so nice, like quote unquote nice to her.
Oh, interesting.
And thought that the other man had left.
And I'm sure that did not help in the investigation either.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Holly was surrounded by love and support. She met with Chris's parents and sister, who were incredibly nice to her. So they had been dating, but she hadn't had a chance to meet them yet. And his sister even said that the last time that she talked to her brother, they had spoke about Holly, and Chris expressed his love for her and said that life was great.
That breaks my heart.
Sweet, very sweet. Chris was cremated, and his ashes were given to his parents, who then split them out to his many friends so they would spread him everywhere he liked to go. So Holly was given a large beer growler full of ashes, and she and her sister would take him with them on their travels, like leaving a little bit of him everywhere they went.
Gosh, that is rough, though.
Yeah, that's sad. But Holly recovered slowly and learned to love life again. There was always an inkling of fear in the back of her mind.
Yeah, because I feel like we're really breezing past this. Like, usually it's like, okay, the hunt for the murderer, and we're not going to stop till we, like, it's like, okay, we're all just going to move on from this.
No, she said she met with the detectives once a month, and they were kind of like, no new leads. Crazy. Sorry. Then they got, they were pretty chill with each other. Like she said, she used to have to wait in the waiting room. But as, the year went on, they were like, Holly, go head on up. He's waiting for you. And she was just hanging there, and they would have lunch together. And the detective made a comment one time about, I don't know why I'm buying you lunch. You're the rich girl.
Okay.
So they were real chummy with each other.
It blows my mind how nonchalant this all seems.
Yeah.
Like her family downplayed it. His family's like, don't worry about it. It just like, I guess it's great to be able to like move on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but where's the people shouting for justice? Like, are his family like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they want him to be found.
Well, obviously.
But yeah.
But it just seems too easy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of other stuff going on, and they figured since it was had happened near a railroad, that it was like a traveling person and they didn't have any leads, and kind of that was it.
They did. That's what it seems like. It's just like, like nobody's pushing them. There's like, where's the public outrage?
Right. No, you're right. There should have been.
It's
Not
crazy
much there.
especially
No.
in a college town.
Right.
Like this happened to college kids. You think like
The school would be like, hey, I mean, they did raise a lot of money. I think Chris's family put up $10,000 for the reward of anybody
with
coming
information.
forward.
Yeah.
And then the city doubled it. So it was at like $20,000, but they didn't have any leads.
Oh my gosh.
All they did have the DNA that was inside of Holly.
Yes.
So they're just waiting for a hit on that.
Okay. All right.
So Holly didn't know it at the time, but she was the sole survivor of a prolific serial killer. About a year and a half after her attack, she was contacted by authorities about a series of murders that had been committed near railroad tracks. They believed they had a suspect, and he was going to be featured on America's Most Wanted.
Okay.
So they told her to watch the episode and see if the man who attacked her and Chris was on it.
Okay.
Like, hey, watch the show. Does he look familiar?
You can't like send her a pic. Like, what are we doing? Okay. No,
But as
it's fine.
soon as she saw the man's face pop up on the screen, she was sure. That was her attacker. That man was Angel Maturino Reséndiz. Though he had many, many names, and he had hidden from authorities for years. Reséndiz was from Mexico, and he had been committing crimes in the United States for decades. He had actually been deported from the U.S. at least 17 times, though with all his aliases, it was hard to be sure how many times he was actually deported.
Goodness.
So, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Let's get into kind of like what he was on America's Most Wanted for.
Okay. Also, though, it's like at that point, maybe you stop deporting them and they just go to prison.
Yeah, well, it was a different time, I guess.
Like at that point, right?
You would think.
Okay.
So in 1986, an unidentified woman was shot 4 times with a .38 caliber weapon. Her body was dumped in an abandoned farmhouse. So Reséndiz would later say that he met her at a homeless shelter. They took a motorcycle trip together, bringing a gun along to fire for target practice. Reséndiz said that he shot and killed the woman for disrespecting him, quote unquote. And they found the remains March 23rd of 1986.
So did they like know right away that it was him?
No.
Okay.
No, they had no idea. He confessed to this after he was caught.
Okay.
Also in 1986, a man, supposedly the boyfriend of the previous victim, was identified. So Reséndiz said that he shot and killed him and dumped his body in a creek somewhere between San Antonio and Uvalde. Reséndiz said that he'd killed the man because the man was involved in black magic.
Okay.
This man's body was never found, and nothing is known about him except what Reséndiz told authorities.
Oh. Okay.
So he was like, oh yeah, I've been killing left, right, and center.
Okay.
Good luck finding him.
Dang. He's just like, I'll admit to a bunch of.
He was trying to speed up his trial.
Interesting. Okay.
Then on July 19th, 1991, in San Antonio, Texas, Michael White, a 22-year-old man, was found bludgeoned to death with a brick. His body was found in the front yard of an abandoned downtown house. During this confession, he drew a map of the crime scene and claimed that he killed White because he was a homosexual.
You got a lot of excuses for why you're killing people.
Yes.
And it's all everybody else's fault?
It's all, yeah, of course it
Okay.
is. And I don't know if you've noticed the pattern yet, but he is a killer of convenience, and he doesn't bring anything with him to his kills. He just uses whatever is around him.
Yeah. He's like, if I can find something to murder
Which is
somebody
extra scary. Because he's like, I'll find something.
like a true psychopath.
Full.
Yeah.
Then on March 23rd, 1997, in Ocala, Florida, Jesse Howell, a 19-year-old man, was found bludgeoned to death with a rail car air brake hose coupling and left beside the railroad tracks that ran through Bellevue. Howell had traveled to Florida from Illinois with his fiancée, Wendy Von Heuben, who was also found murdered by Reséndiz shortly after Howell's death. Wendy was raped, strangled, and suffocated both manually and with duct tape.
Oh.
and she was buried in a shallow grave in Sumter County, Florida. Reséndiz claims to investigators that he killed the couple because he believed they were anti-Christians.
Right. Okay.
Always some made up something.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your explanation for why you murder these people.
He's terrible.
But is that the first one that happened near a railroad?
No. A few of these that had happened near a railroad.
Okay.
They were all like near railroad tracks.
Interesting.
So, and then the first couple of victims, the first, I think 4 or 5, were all transient people that had made, like, traveling on the railroad. That was like their thing. They traveled from town to town. They lived on it. Like, apparently this was a big thing back in the 90s.
Yeah.
For folks to just
Interesting.
be in train cars. Okay. Then on July 5th, 1997, 54-year-old Roberto Castro, who was a drifter, was found beaten to death with a piece of plywood in a rail yard. Though not officially charged, Reséndiz is still considered the prime suspect in the case.
Yeah, it feels like it fits.
Yeah, that's it. Then, August 28th, 1997 happens, where Chris and Holly were attacked, and that was in Kentucky. So he is just making his way.
He's all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
But Reséndiz laid low for about a year, most likely due to Holly's surviving.
Yeah.
He probably got spooked and didn't kill for about a year.
Oh,
But
dang.
eventually the urge to kill came back, and it came back with a vengeance. On October 4th, 1998, in Hughes Springs, Texas, 87-year-old Leafy Mason, so sweet, was found murdered in her home that sat just a few feet from railroad tracks.
Oh my gosh.
She was beaten to death with an antique iron after he entered her house through a window. So he literally just picked up like an old metal, like heavy iron.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's brutal. Did he have a reason for that murder?
no, he didn't give one.
Okay.
I don't know.
At that point, he's like, I just
"Who
like
cares?"
Gillen.
Yeah. So just a few months later, on December 10th, 1998, 81-year-old Fannie Whitney Byers was found in Carl, Georgia, bludgeoned to death with a tire rim in her home.
I wonder if he was like, I'll try to like target old people now because
They're probably
Holly survived. And,
Oh yeah, 100%. So her home was located near the CSX Transportation Railroad tracks. A Lexington couple was actually charged with her murder, but according to authorities, Reséndiz admitted to an FBI agent that he had killed her.
Dang.
So like it was just so random. They
Yeah.
were like,
I guess
charge
like
somebody
yeah,
with it.
the police in all these situations were like, we don't really know what to do.
Right. But then just 7 days later, he would hit Houston.
Okay.
I know, bringing it back to Houston. So on December 17th, 1998, in West University Place, Texas, which was in the greater Houston area, 39-year-old Claudia Benton, a pediatric neurologist at the Baylor College of Medicine, was found raped, stabbed, and bludgeoned repeatedly with a statue after Reséndiz entered her home near the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. Police found Benton's Jeep Cherokee in San Antonio and found Resendiz's fingerprints on the steering column. At the time of the murder, Reséndiz had a warrant for his arrest for burglary, but not yet for murder. So they were like, we know he stole the Jeep. We're going to get him on that until we can get him on the murder. So Benton was a wife and mother to twin girls who had left for the weekend to visit family. Claudia had stayed back to work on some research she had been doing for a rare brain disorder. Reséndiz later said that he had killed Claudia because he believed that she had been performing abortions as a doctor, and his faith compelled him to kill her.
First of all, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is random. You didn't know this woman.
No.
Like, you're just making something up.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And
He's
like,
oh, she's a doctor? Oh, yeah, abortions.
No.
That's it.
yeah.
No.
Go. I just.
Yeah. But police said that she actually almost won. Like, she fought back so hard. And they were like, he's got to be fucked up. Like, we could tell she fought back. She had a ton of defensive wounds. But he just somehow overpowered her. Then, May 2nd, 1999, a couple was found bludgeoned to death inside the parsonage of the United Church of Christ in Weimar, Texas. So this was a minister and his wife were killed in the parsonage of the church. So 46-year-old Norman J. Simrick and his wife, 47-year-old Karen Simrick, was killed with a sledgehammer. The Simrick's red Mazda was found in San Antonio 3 weeks later, and fingerprints linked their case with Claudia Benton's murder.
Wow. So it's like he has, I guess, like started stealing their cars afterwards now?
Yep. Well, because he's stealing.
Wild.
I didn't tell you this, but he's stealing stuff for their homes too.
Yeah.
So he's taking trinkets and he's taking stuff of value. So he needs the car to put them in. And actually, I forget, I think it might have been at Leafy's murder scene. One of them had grandchildren that had a toy train. So he took the toy train out and he like propped it up next to a newspaper article of the killings.
Ew.
Because they were starting like to connect the railroad together. So he put the train and the thing. He was like, yep, that's me. Which will come into play later when he tries to say he's crazy. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You left a calling card.
No, I mean,
not.
You're crazy, obviously, because you enjoy killing,
Right.
but you weren't like in a psychosis or something where you like didn't know what you were doing was wrong.
No, you were enjoying yourself.
Right. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Then on June 4th, 1999, 26-year-old Nomi Dominguez was found bludgeoned to death with a pickaxe in her apartment. So Dominguez was a school teacher at the Houston Independent School District's Benjamin Franklin Elementary School. Do you know where that is?
I don't know.
I think I've heard of it. I should look it up.
It sounds familiar, but
7 days later, her white Honda Civic was discovered by state troopers on the International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas. So he's just going back and forth
also
all the time.
It's like really sad, like the people that he's getting like
Really amazing people.
really good. Like how are you? I mean,
what people are saying. Like,
nobody deserves
how?
to die,
Right.
But it's
But
like,
how is he
gosh,
getting the best of our society?
yeah,
I don't understand how he picked these folks. But just hours after Nomi was discovered, 73-year-old Josephine Convica was found bludgeoned with the same pickaxe used to kill Dominguez in her farmhouse near Weimar, which is also where the Simicks were murdered.
he's just like in a frenzy.
Yes. Like, it's just escalating. He waited, and then he's like, gotta kill everybody. So Reséndiz tried to steal their car, but he couldn't find the keys. So finally, on June 15th, 1999, 80-year-old George Morber Sr. was found shot to death, and his 52-year-old daughter, Carolyn Frederick, was found bludgeoned with the same shotgun used to kill her father in their home, which was located only 100 yards from a railroad track. Later, police found Morber's red pickup truck in Cairo, Illinois, located 60 miles south of Gotham.
Okay,
I don't know these places.
that's pretty far.
Yeah,
to make
so
it.
he's moving.
Yeah.
Yep. In addition, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office found fingerprints in Morber's ransacked home, positively identifying Reséndiz as the killer. So the walls were closing in on him. He was now wanted in many murders and assaults and robberies. So the Texas Rangers had become involved, and Sergeant Drew Carter was able to make a deal with Reséndiz's sister for his surrender.
That's wild.
So they knew he was back in Mexico, and they were like, we got to get him back. Like, we have to get him. And they also said we have to get him in Texas.
Yeah,
Because if they arrest him in Mexico and they extradite him,
just some
Mexican
different stuff.
authorities
Yeah,
wouldn't allow for the death penalty.
Oh, okay.
Which was basically the big one. Because they were like, you killed a lot of people in Houston or near Houston, so we're going to take care of this.
Yeah.
But in Mexico, he was married and had a baby daughter. So they were all like, no, what are you talking about? He's this like amazing Christian father. He doesn't even dance. He doesn't drink caffeine.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't step out at all. Like, he is
Yeah, there's no way.
a good human. That's exactly what they said.
We have his fingerprints. Like, we have his DNA. We have his fingerprints. What are you talking about?
They were like, he couldn't be him. And they're like, it's him. Okay, so let's come back over. So they made that deal. So his sister made the deal that he get 3 things. So 1 was psychiatric help. 2, which fine. Like, you want obviously you need
That's
it.
going to happen anyways, yeah.
2, that he was only given kosher food. I don't know.
Is he?
No.
Okay.
But he wants the good food, I guess. And 3, that he would be allowed to have visitation with his family. Okay, I guess.
How does she plan, though, to get him? That's my question. It's like, she's negotiating for him. Is this like at his request, or is she like, okay?
Yeah. No, he's involved too. He just doesn't want to talk to anybody about it.
Gotcha.
He's like, yeah, I did some things. I should probably go over there.
It's interesting that he was like willing to go at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was just they were gonna get him, and I think the family thought that it was safer with them than on the streets, because they feared that there would be like street justice and that he would be murdered and all the other stuff, which accurate. Okay. So on July 13th, 1999, Reséndiz walked over the bridge, crossing the U.S. and Mexico border by El Paso, and was taken into custody. He was immediately flown to Houston to stand trial for the murder of Claudia Benton, something Holly Dunn had no problem with. She knew Texas had the death penalty and was ready to see him executed for his crimes.
Yeah.
She was like, don't worry about coming back to Kentucky.
Yeah, just wherever you can get him.
Right.
Get him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was then that investigators would see what a chameleon this guy was. He was constantly changing his appearance and vocal affect, and he had all those names that he had. So
that's so weird.
It's almost like, it reminds me of what's the movie where it has like the Beast?
Yes.
And,
oh
yeah,
gosh,
Split? What is it? Maybe where he's like a little kid, and then he's a woman with a British accent, and then he's the Beast and like all this stuff. They're like, whoa, you know,
maybe
like,
he's like trying to like
changes.
Set up this like insanity, or
well, he could gain weight and lose weight really easy, and then he'd grow out his hair and he'd cut it. Like, he just looked different every time he was in court. But Reséndiz's family felt like they had been lied to. They were pissed.
At who?
The government.
Oh, okay.
The United States government.
Of course. Not your crazy
murderous brother.
Yeah, okay.
So they said that had they known that Texas was going to go for the death penalty, they would have never turned him over.
Yeah, they weren't going to tell you that. No. They're like, sure, we'll feed him great, and you can come visit him while he's alive.
Anytime you want. Don't worry. Yeah.
Of course they weren't going to say, until we murder him.
Right. But too bad, too sad. He's a mass murderer.
Right.
Like, what did you think? Get over it.
It's wild. Okay.
So his own attorney said that, quote, the defendant has no remorse for these crimes. He believes these people deserve to die.
And that's the person defending him.
That's the person defending him.
Yeah, you fucked.
Yeah. So, good news. So Reséndiz believed himself as sort of an avenging angel.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Right. That he was the only one that could save the earth and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he would also send weird letters to anyone who would listen, and even tried selling his hair and teeth.
Oh, what a creep.
It was weird. Yeah, it's gross. But it is also interesting, the DA said that he didn't do any of this until they started with the like insanity defense.
Right.
And then he started like talking about chupacabras and all sorts of like weird stuff, and like he was here to save the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So his defense said he was schizophrenic and incapable of making sane decisions.
No. I call false.
I think not, sir. But it was at his trial that Holly was finally able to testify, though she almost didn't. She said that she was crying and screaming and kicking, and that she had a nervous breakdown at the thought of having to testify against him.
I get it. Like having to see him, and especially if you've been watching him behave so crazy.
You're like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Actually. But her family encouraged her, and she was able to get on the stand and point out her attacker. Holly had put the final nail in his coffin, and he was found guilty of murder and quickly sentenced to death. Her testimony had moved the jury and even the judge to tears. But Angel just sat there with a blank expression.
Yeah, which also, it doesn't help you.
Right. You're just like, yeah, no, I did that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
and it helps too, I guess, because she can give better insight into like just how there he was.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't talking crazy about like, I need to do this to,
Right.
Like,
it was,
yeah.
he got pleasure out of it.
Yeah. You like were very matter of fact.
Yep.
You pretended like you were robbing us. Like,
Right. You lied about a second person being there so that we would be more compliant.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound that crazy to me.
No. Sounds like a crazy killer.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
insane.
But not like you were not mentally there. Yeah.
So there was a brief attempt by the Mexican government to get him back and spare his life.
Why? Why would you want this man back?
Because they don't believe in death penalty.
I don't, girl. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Does not make any sense. But the Mexican government paid for 2 very expensive defense attorneys and up to 6 psychologists. It's a little back and forth, but I think he had up to 6. But I mean, of course, everyone was like, he's, incompetent to stand trial. He doesn't understand what he's doing. His defense attorneys said that he doesn't understand that he's going to die because he said that he's an angel and he can't die. So they were like, oh, can't kill him. Sorry, y'all.
No.
Like, we're good.
No.
Let him think whatever he wants to think.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
But it was all short-lived because Reséndiz wanted to die, and he even tried to speed up his execution by admitting to more murders.
Right.
He was like, nah, I did this. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, either way you slice it, like, you're trying to be crazy enough where you don't get put to murder,
right?
Or you're trying to be crazy enough that it speeds it up,
right? Just time to go. So he had many subsequent appeals, and the Mexican experts were denied, and he lost every single one of them.
Good.
So they spent a lot of money.
Even if you are like you have some kind of like mental health thing, it doesn't matter if you knew what you were doing were wrong,
right?
And like you could have stopped at any point. Like you deserve to die.
Yes.
Sorry. Bye.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
Like we can't. A lot of people that he killed.
Like we cannot have a society where people can just say, well, he didn't know what he was doing was bad, or he, doesn't know he's going to die now because like confessing to these things. So we can't hold him accountable.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
You got to go.
I can't.
But he actually enjoyed prison and writing his letters.
Yeah.
He even leaned into his nickname that they gave him. Do you want to guess what his nickname in prison was?
Oh. I don't know.
Because he's like the top dog at prison.
Oh, was he?
This is what he said. His nickname, Choo Choo.
Bro.
Choo Choo.
That's not cool. Like, that sounds like an insult. I don't know.
Yeah, but it made him very happy.
Okay.
Thankfully, he was executed on June 27th, 2006 in Huntsville, Texas.
Okay.
In his final statement, he said, quote, I want to ask if it is in your heart to forgive me.
No.
You don't have to. Just like he gave you an out. You don't have to. I know I allowed the devil to rule my life. I just ask that you forgive me and ask the Lord to forgive me for allowing the devil to deceive me. I thank God for having patience in me. I don't deserve to cause you pain. You do not deserve this. I deserve what I'm getting.
Okay. Good.
Perfect.
But it's like, again,
no forgiveness for you. You're done.
But
straight to hell.
Right. But also, didn't you start this saying like, I was doing this in the name of the Lord?
Yeah. So he's thinking he was deceived by the devil.
Okay.
The devil told him he was Jesus.
Yeah.
And that he was doing good.
My bad.
But it was the devil.
My bad.
Oh, he got me.
He got me good.
That's what he does, you guys.
But it's okay because me and God are cool now.
Yeah. So forgive me. That's all you have to do, right? No. Is just say sorry at the end.
Yeah. No, that's actually not how it works. No.
Sorry. You can just slide in at the last minute.
Sorry, all like murderers out there who you think that you can just be like, God, please forgive me. Like, because you actually have to mean it. And that's a really hard thing for a psychopath to actually mean. Yeah. Because you don't actually mean it.
No, he's not at all.
So you are not in heaven. Sorry, dude.
Straight to hell.
Straight to hell.
So Reséndiz was pronounced dead at 8:05 p.m. and the world was a better place for it.
Yes.
Now, on to good news. So for Holly, on September 2nd, 2008, Holly and a team of people opened Holly's House in Evansville, Indiana. Holly's House is a non-residential child and adult advocacy center for victims of intimate crimes. It's a safe location where adult and child victims are interviewed and connected to community resources and services as needed. It's a really great thing that she's doing. And she goes on and she talks to a ton of people, a ton of groups.
Yeah.
She advocates for victims' rights and she does a lot of good. She wrote a book that we have featured here.
There it is.
This is called Soul Survivor, the inspiring true story of coming face to face with the infamous railroad killer, by Holly K. Dunn, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's pictures. So if that's something that interests you,
yeah,
they're there.
Which for us it does, because we are all,
we need pictures. But it really puts it into
problems.
Yeah, we do. I don't know how we sleep at night, to be honest. But it puts it into perspective. Like, this is a real human. This is a real story that she went through. And I mean, thankfully she's alive and she could tell her side of the story.
Yeah.
And that the bad guy is dead. I mean, unfortunately, he took a lot of people with him, but
it's crazy
not Holly.
how long he got away with it.
Well, it's just because he was everywhere.
Yeah.
And he was a transient on the railroad, so they couldn't find him. And he kept changing his name. They had his fingerprints. Oh, I forgot to put in here. He was actually detained in New Mexico trying to come over the border. But they were like, oh, you're good. And they let him go.
I mean,
because his fingerprints were in the database for that robbery, because they were in Houston. They're like, okay, robbery in Houston.
No.
Done.
You can't come into the U.S.
Right. And they were like,
what are we doing?
Okay, don't be crazy when you come over this time. And they let him go. And he went on to kill more
Murdered
people.
a bunch of people. So do better.
Do better, Border Patrol.
No.
I know you do a good job. You do a great job.
Yeah.
This is also in like 1999. So
Yeah.
I think everyone is
It's rough out
retired
there,
from there.
but
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
It's sad. It really is, because there was, as there usually is, so many times to stop these people from doing these things.
Yeah.
And they just somehow make it through.
Because
for
they're
whatever
really
reason.
good at either
Right,
like talking
like
their way out of
sociopath.
it. Yeah.
But I just want to put it again, if you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, please reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 800-799-7233.
Always good to put out there.
Yeah. I know this wasn't, domestic violence, but it's close. And that's kind of what Holly focuses on now.
Yeah.
So I want
Like
to make sure.
any victim of violent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, she does intimate violent, right? Which
Yes.
is a lot of the time
Partner-
somebody who,
a lot of
that
partner
you know.
violence.
Yeah. Well, good for Holly for,
Yeah. What a badass. Like,
yeah,
good job,
being able to
Holly.
move on. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yep. Her book is available on Amazon or wherever you get books.
Wherever you like to get books.
Make sure you go read that and support
Maybe
her.
your local bookstore. Check
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Let's support
local.
brick and mortars. Yeah.
Like our flowers. Does everybody like our flowers?
Beautiful.
This is a local florist. If you'd like this shout out, let me know. I'll get you going on there.
And that's
Well,
that's our
sorry
story for today.
The vibes were really off in that story.
Off, yeah. But the vibes are always on here with us.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes.
Give us 5 stars, please.
Yeah. Only if you liked it, but please.
Yeah, if you didn't like it, go away. We still love you, but just go away.
Yeah. Maybe you'll like the next one better. Come
Try
back.
again.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
back again.
Good job.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube.
You can also find us on Instagram at The Vibes Were Off, TikTok at The Vibes Were Off Podcast, or good old-fashioned email at thevibeswereoff@gmail.com.